Welcome back to Your Family Farmer. We have a ton of things to get done today on the farm, and we're going to start the day off with some grinding of some oats and corn to feed our 2 pigs. Right here we are using our Gale hammer mill. It's been around the farm for many years, and we're finally getting some more use out of it. It is not a very heavily used machine, but I thought the pigs would prefer to have a little bit of ground up corn as opposed to eating it whole. We hired an excavator to come to the farm a couple days ago and to dig up what ended up being 6 stumps. Some of them were larger, some of them were smaller, but it really does clean up the farm, and now we are tasked with the job of cleaning them up and hauling them away. A job that never seems to end on this organic farm is weed management. and they are back and they are better than ever. They are a little thicker than the first time that we came out here and flail mowed them up, but they are smaller, so I'm hoping that if we hit them again, it will be the last time this year. As you can see where I'm doing it right now, this has not been touched this year, which is why these thistles are well over 5 feet tall, and they desperately needed some weed management. So I took the cattle off of this particular pasture, and I'm going to hit almost every inch of this pasture with the flail mower, and we're going to give it the opportunity to grow back, and hopefully without the weeds, and we get some taller grasses. And this is what it looks like after taking the flail mower. I did the entire, what I call the calf pasture, probably about a 5-acre spread. I tried to hit every thistle except for probably the ones along the buildings here and the buildings over here. It took maybe 45 minutes to do this entire area, but as you can see, I got almost all of it down, and hopefully it stunts all the weed growth that we had. We really had it actually pretty bad over here by the pole barn. I'm hoping that with this cut down that it will grow back better and be better grazing. We have no cows on this. I'm gonna give them a little bit of a break. I'm gonna give this a month or two break, see how it comes up. If it doesn't come up how I like it, I am seriously considering no-tilling some sort of pasture mix into here, taking a soil test, seeing what I need. It's been pretty depleted. It's been eaten down to the dirt year after year. In the last couple of years, it's been very dry, so it hasn't had a good chance to come back and be a good, healthy, productive pasture for us. Just looks better, more cleaned up, but there is not a whole lot of grass out here. Hence why I'm gonna give it a couple month break here, see how it turns up, and to see how it turns out. And there are the cattle on the main pasture. It doesn't get any better than seeing your cows eating on fresh pasture. This is the way cows are supposed to be raised. I have not given an update on the cows in a while. We're currently standing at 14 total cows and calves. We don't really have any small calves anymore. And as you can see, they are all black except for one. We got one white one and he's actually headed our way. The rest are black. They're Angus cross. I'm hoping that in 3 to 4 years from now, we've tripled the size of our herd and we're doing some direct-to-consumer meat sales. We're doing some just in general sales. Cattle prices right now are really good, so it is very enticing just to put them on the market and sell them. But I would like to get an established direct-to-consumer business going. So if you're interested and you're within the state of Minnesota, hit a comment below and maybe we can set something up in the future. Over the past week, we've had some pretty big things going on here on the farm. We had our driveway totally redone. It was crowned on the edges, so it was a nice bowl shape over all those years of the heavy milk truck. It kept pressing down the driveway, Sides were higher than the middle. All the water, it was like a big tunnel, all down into the yard, and it wouldn't shed any off into the ditch. So we had that redone. At the same time, we put a tile along with what they call a hickenbob going to the north here. So all this water will come down from the driveway and the road and from up the hill. It'll drain off into the north side, hit this hickenbob here, and we have a tile going out about 100 yards to the north there to bring all the water that way and to bring it all down. So hopefully the idea is that the water doesn't continue to go down to the lowest point, which passes right through our pole barn, which makes it a very muddy, messy, not very good for the cow. So we're hoping that solves most of the issue. Another issue might be that there is no concrete pad for that pole barn, so it's constantly kind of sitting there and just being muddy. We'll see how much this improves, actually probably over the next couple days, as we are supposed to be getting quite a bit of rain. I had the excavating company do all that, but the main reason that they were here is to put in this ugly looking monstrosity of an above ground sewage system. They call it a mound system, and because it's a dang mound,
That's over 4 feet tall there, and it's probably almost 20 yards long. This was the only logical place away from the house, away from the main buildings, into an area that we don't really use too much. But unfortunately, it is the first thing you see as you come down the driveway. That is not exactly by any means what I would like to be spending a lot of money on. There's plenty of farm equipment and cattle that I would much rather be purchasing, and in fact that I really do need. This could have waited. There was no reason the old septic system, it was running just fine, couldn't have stayed in place. But per government rules, I had to do it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Your Family Farmer. If you did, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and in the meantime, keep on farming.